So you set up your automation team, you've developed some bots, and teams are demanding automation. Great. But now you want to scale. But what now? Even if you outsource, you can't do that forever. So in this video, we'll go through why you need a center of excellence team to scale and what happens if you don't have one, and the 4 services you need to provide when setting up a center of excellence. So welcome back, guys, and to the next level of your Intelligent Automation Simplified series. I'm Tony and this is Intelligent Automation Simplified, and I want to empower you as business leaders and professionals to level up your knowledge and accelerate your automation delivery so that you can start scaling up fast and in the right places. So first of all, welcome. This is the second level, and hopefully you've gone through the other content from level 0 and level 1, and you're pretty much a pro by now. So did you smash the interview? Have you started your new job? Did you get that promotion? If you did, then let me know in the comments below. I want to hear all your successes, so give me a shout out on social media. But if not, write your comments on your sticking points. So let's get some more videos out there and resources to you to make this happen. So when teams reach maturity, it's time to create a center of excellence. And there are 6 levels of maturity that we've seen, and we'll create a video about that as well. Basically, you start with a single team that gets experience, that can get experience and execute projects, and then when you're ready to roll out across the business, you can start to build multiple teams that reflect your center of excellence, so that you can touch the different teams throughout your business. It's like making copies of the team that you've perfected in the first place. But you're also going to need to have control and governance about how all these different hubs or sub-teams run, and that's what the center of excellence is all about. It's center, singular. It's the mothership that all the different hubs report to. And if you've got more than one center of excellence, then it's not really the center of anything. So the purpose of a center of excellence is to standardize how automation is delivered in your business. You have one way and you have one message that's going out to the wider team. You don't want to confuse staff and stakeholders when you've got multiple center of excellences using different technologies and having different messages on how it's done. You're just going to lose confidence. You need to have key stakeholders brought in, business directors, IT, change and HR, into one clear message and way of working. We'll cover the structures of center of excellence teams and the different roles and setups in future videos. So make sure you hit that subscribe button so that you're alerted when we release those videos. But you want to ensure uniformity across all your different hubs of automation teams throughout your business, especially if you have quite a large business. 4 things that you want your center of excellence team to provide as a service to the wider community. And this gives the senior leadership team confidence that you have organization and you're delivering in a professional way. And when you have oversight on all the automation activities going on in your business, you're not going to get any rogue automation teams in different corners popping up, doing their own thing and potentially causing havoc. So your central team should have full oversight, and it should be uniform in how teams are skilled up and trained up on the technologies and delivery. And you want to control, and you also want to control the technology and the infrastructure so that teams in different corners of the business are going out and building their own thing, which may cause havoc within your business processes. So by controlling the access to the technology and the infrastructure and controlling the training and how to use it, then you can ensure that everyone has the right level of expertise across your business in all the different hubs. You also want to have a central toolkit to empower the different hubs and the staff teams engaging with these automation hubs to go out and deliver in a standardized way. So if you have a standardized toolkit and a standardized training, then you can be confident that delivery will also be standardized. And also delivery is churning out quality of automation. So number one is governance and control. With central governance and control, you have full oversight. Everyone's using it in the right way and in the same way. And the COE has the top talent, and they're the ones who help hire the new teams or the partners that the business will work with. Or at least if hubs are doing the hiring themselves, the COEs have that oversight. The worst thing is to bring in externals into the hubs directly. The COE isn't aware of this. They haven't correctly assessed who's being worked with. And then you may get into a position where there's contradiction of how things are run. They're using different applications, different RPA automation software, and it just muddies the water. So the COE should be designing that strategy, that enterprise automation roadmap, and designing the governance model. What are the repetitive and repeatable steps that any team can follow to ensure that high quality of work and delivery? And you want to make sure that you've defined the communications to the business. You don't want to confuse, because if different teams are engaging with different hubs, you want to make sure that the messaging is consistent. Otherwise, it could just get really confusing very quickly. So with a governance model, you have the repeatable steps, you have the checkpoint criteria, and you have the key milestones for making sure that as you progress down that path, everything stays to the high quality that you require. And then the COE has the final say on what's launched into production, or at least has some criteria that needs to be met before anything is launched. The Center of Excellence team should have representatives from the key stakeholder groups. That's the business, IT, and the change teams. This means that this ensures that your automation strategy continues to have alignment across the different areas of the business. Having close ties to IT is paramount, because there's going to be a lot of reliance on IT and setting up the infrastructure. So you want to make sure that you have a senior stakeholder representing IT within your Center of Excellence team. Real quick, if you're getting value from this video, please let me know by hitting that like button. That would really help me out. So the second thing is technology and training. So the COE is responsible for the technology and training on delivering that technology. If you have rogue teams developing bots on an obscure automation platform, there's going to be a high amount of risk. So it's best to have control on access to the technology. And again, if teams are able to just download and start building, there could be automated processes out there that the Center of Excellence team is not even aware of until something goes south. So it's best to control access to the technology, the hardware and the software. Not only do you have control of the activities, but you're just aware of what's going on within your business. Because let's face it, it is actually very easy for any staff member to download software and start building. RPA software companies, they want citizen developers. That's where the industry is headed. But it still needs control. Otherwise, you're going to get what happens in Excel, where there's, in every business, I'm sure in your business, there's a massively complex Excel spreadsheet that the accounts or finance team relies on, and no one except Frank from Accounts Payable knows how to use that. He's away for 2 weeks and the macro is broken. The other issue that automation teams have is they have a disparity between skills within a team. So when you have uniform training of your hubs, then everyone's trained to the same level, or you at least know which level different teams are, and this doesn't cause confusion, because when there's a disparity between the knowledge of different teammates, you're going to inevitably get subpar projects, subpar robots, and you're going to get internal friction within teams. Knowledge should be uniform. Everyone's trained on the same thing, trained in the same way. Everyone has the same understanding to the same level of automation for their specific job. So every business analyst or every senior business analyst is trained to the same level. Every junior business analyst is trained to the same level. Every developer is trained to the same level for each automation role, so that when they communicate with each other, it minimizes the risk that there's some misunderstanding or disagreement. This is a great opportunity to remove the silos that we so frequently like to create within business teams. And RPA is no different. RPA teams are becoming siloed within Center of Excellence teams. But this is a good opportunity to build bridges between different teams. Consultants don't understand the delivery process, delivery don't understand development process, and development don't understand support process. There's a breakdown in that communication tray when members in the same team don't understand the impacts of their actions onto different team members. So by having knowledge of the full life cycle, teams can appreciate the different roles and the impact that them doing a bad job can have. It can support more smoother project delivery and robustness of automation, because there's a lot of opportunities where delivery teams, analysts, they don't understand how a robot is built. So their documentation, the information that they've collected, lacks the details. So robots are built based on misinterpretation due to ambiguity. So robots aren't built correctly. And because developers don't understand the support area, they're not clearly documenting what they're building. They're not building for robustness. They're not testing properly. And so the support team has to deal with a lot of these issues. Automation robots just goes around in this cycle of, and because of this, there's just this build-up of technical debt where work hasn't been done correctly up front, and it's just paid for later on in support and maintenance and change requests. So this leads on to number 3, and that's providing people and knowledge management to the wider automation audience. As mentioned, the COE have the top talent and they have a central knowledge base. So as hubs are learning more as they go along and they start to mature, this knowledge and lessons learned is fed centrally, so that instead of teams learning on their own, they're learning collectively as a group, and they can learn faster. So governance models and documentation and approaches can be refined and improved to support the environment that they're in. And as technologies change, as the world changes, this continuous improvement and central learning can really accelerate the business as a whole down that digital transformation journey, as two teams are learning faster together rather than two teams individually learning and potentially repeating the same mistakes. And with the COE having that central knowledge, that central and that top talent, they can then go and deploy experts into different hubs to support and mentor and assist these teams to get them up to standard, to improve their quality of work. And that continuous improvement is so vital in a world like automation, where technologies and the industry as a whole is changing so fast. So by centralizing knowledge, you get better knowledge transfer, you get hubs which are highly skilled, and then you can roll out faster with confidence that delivery would be at a high quality. Because the more you share, the more you can accelerate the learning curve. And this is not just applicable for automation hubs and the team members in the automation hubs, but this is also for your stakeholders, the senior leadership teams, your automation champions, and the staff and the business staff as well. The more you share knowledge with them, the more they can become advocates and assist with the digital transformation. So running lunch and learns and on-site training like Automation 101, lean thinking, opportunity assessment workshops, running these things across your business is really going to help the business get bought into what you're trying to achieve, support and commit to the projects that you're running, and also be empowered to assist your teams in delivering these opportunities. Having your team separate in their ivory tower with their elite knowledge, not sharing it with the masses, is going to cause friction. You're not going to get the adoption of the technology as fast as you could do if you had tech savvy workforce across your whole business. So you want to create an online portal of slides, recordings of previous training sessions and lesson learned sessions, so that teams, business teams, just normal people who are interested in getting involved in automation can dial in and tune into the online portal to learn more about what your teams are working on, so that they can get involved. And also it's an avenue for teams to request automation or to request assistance for delivering automation. Why pour knowledge in just the automation team when you can empower the whole staff and then reach scalability faster? So this leads on to the next thing, which is the fourth service that you want to provide as a center of excellence, and this is the models and the tools. These are the governance models, the process of implementing or assessing, and also implementing automation or assessing opportunities, and the tools that can be used along that path to deliver in the right way. So the Center of Excellence team should be providing a standardized toolkit. And this is everything that's needed to run and manage an automation project, from a standardized business case to running the cost benefits analysis, to make sure that automation projects are worthwhile endeavors, process definition documents, solution design document templates, so that teams are capturing the right amount of detail to define the process and to clearly design the solutions. But even when you have the tools, you need the implementation model to show them when and how to use each tool, how to use the tools and when to use them. And this ties into the controls of the Center of Excellence team. So at each you have the implementation model, and then at each point you have the tools that are needed, and then you have explanation of how to use each tool, as well as checkpoint criteria for quality assurance to ensure that as you progress down this path, as you progress down the implementation path, you're confident at each step that you have high quality. And then you would have checklists to minimize rejection, to minimize having to look back and rework and start again, so that things just keep moving and you can churn out automation at a high quality, repetitively, on demand. So as you can see, the toolkits, the governance models, and the training go hand in hand. So not only are you training on the technology, but you're training on how to deliver automation and run an automation project by providing guidance and providing know-how. And so when you can do this and you can provide these four things, you can have the confidence that your automation team, the experts, are delivering. But you can scale so much faster because you can empower staff to go out and deliver these projects to just the same high level of quality. And this means that you don't have to continuously hire new external staff to create hubs, to create new automation hubs for different teams. You can train up and empower internal staff to create hubs from their existing teams. Okay, so that's a lot of information, and hopefully that wasn't overwhelming. But write your comments in below if you want to know more about any specific thing that I've mentioned today. So that, and then I'll take that and I'll be able to create some videos from your comments. I'll break it down a little bit more so that you can get the information that you and the understanding that you need. Okay guys, so thanks very much for watching this video. I hope you've loved this video and you've got some real value from today. So just remember, click that like button if you found this interesting. If you want to learn more and you want to be notified of new videos that we release weekly, hit that subscribe button, click the bell so you're alerted every time we release these new videos. And I'm going to put some links below about the toolkits where you can download this and look at the automation lifecycle training portal that we have that shows how to use the tools and the training and the implementation models together to give you a robust automation delivery plan that you can repeat, that you and your new team can repeat easily. But like I say, I'm releasing new videos every week, but if you want to know the key secrets, take a look at my blue book of all my automation secrets in my business at the speed of bots. Basically, I've condensed 5 years of research on all the aspects of the automation lifecycle and discussions with my network globally into one book that you can read online, or there's an audible option as well if you prefer to listen. So I'll put all those links below. And one final thing, make sure that your team are staying away from these 14 automation pitfalls that could be crippling your automation projects. So I'm really interested, which of these 4 things that we talked about today do you feel that you're not using properly? We've got an RPA test. We've got an RPA quiz that you can do right now. We'll put the link below, and it will help you assess your team to understand the maturity and give you some insights on what you can do to improve. So I'll be interested to hear your score. So do that test, come back and write your score in the comments below. Okay guys, well thanks for watching this video and you have a great day.